Today's video is a taste test, and the stars of the show, vegan yogurt. Hi, I'm Deborah Vidal, and I'm the owner and founder of VidalSpeaks.com. I'm a 25-year homeopath with my practice right here in the Hollywood Hills, and I've helped hundreds of clients heal from so many different symptoms by putting them on a clean plant-based diet, detoxing, and using homeopathic remedies, of course. So at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you my favorite brand, but before we get there, let's talk about yogurt. Man, I loved yogurt as a kid, which is so weird because I hated dairy products. I didn't like sour cream, milk, or any form of that, but I love yogurt. I don't know, there's just something about that sourness that yogurt has, and maybe it's because I remember there was a store in Vegas called Mr. Yogurt that opened up when I think it was when I was in college, and they had that frozen yogurt, and they always had flavors, but they always had a plain, and that plain was sweet and tart, and I've learned to love that after that experience with Mr. Yogurt, because you could pile on your fruit and your granola, and it was so delicious. But you know, since I was a vegan, it's been really hard for me because I don't know, I'm just on the search for the perfect yogurt. I want the perfect texture. I want that sour flavor, the sweetness. You know, many yogurts are the good texture, but then they taste too much like coconut, or their taste is good and they're kind of grainy. So I've been on the hunt for the perfect yogurt, and today we're going to test 4 different brands. So the first one is Forager Greek style yogurt. The second one is called Kulina, and then Harmless Harvest, and this one is Coco June. These are the 4 I decided to test. So before I start taste testing them, I just want to ask you guys to please subscribe and like this video. I really appreciate it. If you've learned anything, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, so let's first say this. Yogurt to me has certain elements that are important, and one, I would say there's 3 elements that are important. One is the taste. It has to taste sour, and it has to taste not just like coconut. And that is really important because I love coconut. I love coconut. And I eat coconut yogurt. I even just get the coconut meat and make it into my own coconut yogurt. But that still doesn't replace the memory of the delicious yogurt that I used to eat as a kid. So I'm still on the hunt for the one with the good taste. But taste is really important, obviously. Second, texture. Some are really kind of runny. Some have even a little bit of like, I don't know, almost a feeling of like sand in there. They're kind of gritty and they're not so smooth. And others are too runny, and some are super thick. So it depends what you're using it for, but texture really matters. And lastly, for me, it's about being organic. So I'm not willing to eat yogurts that aren't organic. If they're made from coconuts, coconuts have a big shell, and I don't mind that they're not organic. But they often have to put in like cornstarch or some kind of stabilizer, and I don't want to be using any of that without it being organic. So out of these 4 products, these 3 are organic. The Kulina, if you read the ingredients, everything, there's only 3 ingredients: probiotics, coconut, and the agar. And the agar does not say organic. So they're not certified organic, but I'm willing because everything's organic except for the agar. So the bottom line is we have all organic. And the Greek style yogurt of the Forager, I haven't tried that. I've tried their regular yogurt, and it's not one that has been my favorite. But I'm curious to try their Greek style. I love this product, this line of products, because they do everything organic and they use cashews, and it's so delicious. But in their plain yogurt, it's not my first one that I've used in the past, so I'm really looking forward to trying their plain Greek style yogurt. All right, so let's start. Okay, so I'm going to open them all up. This one comes in a glass jar. That's a plus for me because I can use them. I can use it again. And these are all recyclable. Just right off the bat is that these two are very similar in texture. So, okay, so let's start with the forager. This is Greek style. I got unsweetened plain on all of them because I think the plain yogurt is the hardest to replicate. That's why I got it. Flavors are awesome, but I'm one that really wants to find a good plain one, and then I know all of the flavors. So I'm making the test harder. Okay, here it goes. Okay, it's a little bit like their non-Greek style one. It's a little bit gritty. It's a little bit not so sour, I would say. So, but let's move on. It's nice and smooth, but there's a little bit of after grit that you taste. Okay, you can see, look, this one is very thick. So it's much more like, you know, coconut meat. Wow, it's deceiving because when you taste it, it kind of melts in your mouth, really creamy. Wow. That's amazing. Super sour. Believe it or not, there's only 3 ingredients here, and one's a probiotic and the other's coconut and agar. And you would think with only being coconut, it would taste extremely coconut, but it doesn't. That is amazing. I've tried their yogurts in other flavors. Really good. And I really like that texture. Even you wouldn't think when you see it this thick that it would be how it is when you put it on your mouth. Okay, Harmless Harvest, organic. So you can see the texture's more like regular cow milk yogurt. Kind of nice and thick and creamy. Nice, very nice texture. Smooth, no grittiness. I would say more coconut flavor, a lot of coconut, but it is called Harmless Harvest. And you know, that's why I'm surprised about this one. Why is this so sour? But this one is really creamy and really smooth. That's important, especially when you're using it in certain recipes. Okay, and finally, the Cocoa June. And this one is, I would say, closer to the Harmless Harvest. This forager Greek style is maybe the runniest, and these are more like this. So it's nice and thick and creamy. Wow. I think a good way to try these is like this, on your strawberries. That's really good. One more. Before I tell you which one's the winner for me, there's 2 ways that I use yogurt and that you will too. One is I just want to enjoy it either straight from the jar, but mostly I put it on my oatmeal or I put it on my fruit, and with my fruit then I add hemp seeds and flax seeds, and it just adds some nice creamy filling thing on top of my fruit bowl. So then it's really important that I love it how it is out of the jar. But there's another way that I use yogurt, like if you watch the Soul Canyon Kitchen non-bread recipe, that requires yogurt. And I think if you're using it for cooking, then it's really important to have something that has the right moisture content. So my favorite yogurt to eat, I believe, is this one. It's really close. Cocoa June and Kulina, really close, but I think I have to go with this one because it's just has this extra tart and amazing. This one's super creamy too, but there's just something about this bite that it has, and it's so smooth on your tongue. It's really good, but I would be totally fine with this one too. They're really, really close. But if I were using it for cooking, then I think I would choose one of these two. The great thing about the Cocoa June is I could use it for both. You could just buy this, have it in your fridge, and you could use it for cooking, or you can use it for you know, just on top of your food bowl. This one is extra delicious. I love the glass jar. I love the tartness to it. And this one, I think this would not be one that I would buy again, because compared to these three, it didn't have enough tartness for me, and it was just a little bit gritty. So here comes Luke. He wants to tell us which one he likes. Which one do you like, buddy? Do you like yogurt? Well, you guys, if you like this video, then be sure to check out my others, and please subscribe. Thank you.